Hi, welcome to HypeTrain. Today we've got a nice little one for you. This is planking, if you'll remember that. A historical footnote.
Yeah, from the internet historian, and yes, I do remember planking. Do you remember all the planking? That was
Do
going on several years ago.
You said about it, yeah.
So it was just random people just randomly planking in wherever they could do it.
Tended to be a plank of wood anyway, yeah.
So yeah, this is the internet historian, as we've already mentioned, and I think we'll have to react to some more internet historian as time goes on. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. In the meantime, let's go for it.
2011.
2011.
They
9
call
years.
It planking.
Wow.
The practice of laying on your front, completely still, for social media
Shot.
kudos. It was safe.
Ooh.
Fun for families. Fun for professionals. Fun for brands. Australian sports ball players were doing a plank.
There is obviously a message here. He lays down and stays very still for a couple of seconds.
The news was doing a plank. By gum, even TV funny mans were doing a plank. Soon there were thousands of kids just laying around downtown. Some of the location selection was quite creative.
In a bin.
Others less inspired. But soon the one-upsmanship drove people to do ever more daring planks.
Whoa.
Some were really asking for trouble. Trouble? Especially those that partook in subgenre spin-offs, such as the intersection plank,
Nonsense.
the balcony plank. And that's when the accidents began.
Oopsie daisy.
A 17-year-old was planking on his roof, fell off, crashed onto the concrete below, and his kidney ruptured.
Alright.
It had to be removed. Not to be outdone, an 18-year-old fell from a 5th-story balcony.
So guys,
On his way down, he bounced off an awning, landed on the pavement, and destroyed his spleen.
Nice.
That had to be cut out too. Hold my beer, another guy says as he planks from the roof of a moving car.
Your destination is on the right.
It's a coma.
So you actually
Then
land
finally,
on the
a man
car.
in Australia planks from the 7th story of an apartment complex.
Oh my word.
He fell off and died.
Oh, that's good, that.
Alright, you stupid kids, shut it down. Game's over. Time to start
Yeah.
punishing anyone who planks. Shit's a safety hazard. A blanket ban in schools and universities is implemented. That leads to several suspensions. Then it progressed to the workplace. GameStop fired a guy for planking. Woolworths fired 8. A hospital fired 7. A factory fired 2. Got a plank in a mine? Want to get fired? Surely it couldn't hurt just to plank a little in the old folks' home. Now you're unemployed.
Aged care workers.
But it doesn't stop there. It goes all the way to the highest levels of power. The South Australian government. They consider a statewide ban on planking, which is quickly dropped. The Prime Sheila of Australia, Julia Gillard, issues an official decree to knock it off, kids. But that's not enough to stop this epidemic from spreading. The more the media said,
Planking bad.
the more alluring it became. You even had your serial offenders.
Have you seen this man?
This guy went on a planking spree. Here, and here, and here, and finally on a cop car. When he uploaded it to Facebook, however, the police weren't so pleased.
Oh, but
and they
they
sent
done
him
him,
the
didn't
summons to court. At first he tried to claim the images were shocked. No one was believing that. So he confessed and he received a $303 fine. The police cracked down on a number of others too. But it all backfired. Soon the
In
new
the washing
defiant subgenre of cop car planking emerged in direct protest. And when one was struck down, 100 more took their place. Although some police didn't help the situation either.
It takes a lot of bravery to be that vulnerable, and I'm so proud of this community.
But while this was all going down, the subgenres were becoming more esoteric.
The hospital.
The rotating escalator plank, for example.
Oh.
The... Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Everyone shut up. It's Exhibit. And he's here to tell everyone to stop planking. Why? Because it's racist.
No.
That's right.
Is it?
X goes on to give it to his followers by explaining that the Atlantic slave trade also had people lying down with their arms at their side too. Therefore... No, really? He just plucked this entirely out of thin air, or overheard it at the pub. There is absolutely zero connection between this lame fad and the Atlantic slave trade. Besides, everybody knows that planking originally started with the Catholic Church in 595 AD, something called the Litany of Saints. Even the Pope was planking. Anyway, so John Key, Chief Cuz of New Zealand, decided to take things into his own hands. He does a fine how do you do fellow kids and uploads this slightly ominous picture of his son planking. And
And
you did it. You killed the meme.
oh,
It's done. Some desperate resuscitation was attempted with bowling and teapotting.
I never heard that one.
no.
Actually,
That's quite clever.
there.
I like
Totally
that. That's a
wrong.
good.
Oh, they're funny.
And that is the story of planking. A small footnote in internet history.
No, I like the ending bit. That was quite clever.
Oh, here comes those. Oh, was it a bit?
No, we don't need to watch. He should be messing about on his end credits.
Now, did you get the name?
Yeah, right. I think that last bit was actually that I never even saw that go viral. So like you're literally like tip your head back, won't you, over the sofa, and then you could be holding onto someone else's head.
Someone else's head and make it look like your own.
That'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? I don't know. I never even saw that one go viral. Obviously, it didn't last very long, did it? But there were some really unusual ones. I think the one that sticks out in my mind was the lady. I think it was a lady. She had her head in the toilet.
Yeah.
Why, out of all places, would you do that? I had a good scrub.
You definitely would. I mean, bad enough then, but now with everything else going on,
That's
you
just bad.
definitely
Full
wouldn't.
stop. It don't matter, does it? When
No.
it is, it's still a toilet, Kevin. It's horrendous. So no. Have you ever planked? Was you a planking victim? I don't know. Let us know.
Were you
Let
a
us know.
planker?
Were you a planker? Let us know in the comments below. I certainly wasn't. Kevin weighed in, no. But I don't feel like much else to add. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you all soon.
Catch you on the flip side.